This is Board Game Casual, and this is my shipment from Game Nerdz that contains not 1, but 2 years worth of Nerdz Day orders. For those who aren't familiar, let me explain. Nerdz Day is the big annual, semi-annual board game sale at gamenerdz.com. But let's put that aside for a second. I did a whole video on Nerdz Day if you want to check that out. Generally speaking, Game Nerdz is one of my favorite places to buy board games online. Even outside of a sale, they have pretty good prices. However, their minimum order size to get free shipping is $75. What's awesome is that they recognize this as a barrier, especially for people who, like me, are used to getting free shipping and don't want to pay for shipping. And they recognize that people might not always be ready to spend $75 in a single order. So Game Nerdz offers customers a hold system. Basically, you can buy a game and pay for it like you normally would, but you can choose to have them hold the game for you until you're ready to release it. And the idea is that you can buy games slowly over time, and once you've spent enough to qualify for free shipping, then you can release all the games at once. I'm nothing if not a patient guy, so it's an awesome system for me. And by the way, this video is not sponsored by Game Nerdz, although I really hope they're watching, as I'm a loyal customer and would love to have them as a sponsor. So that is how I've basically got 2 years of games inside this box. I was buying games and putting them on hold until I could ship them all together for free. And in this video, we're gonna open it up so you can see how Game Nerdz packs their shipments, and I'll talk a little more about what I ordered and why it took me so long to release it. Let's get into it. All right, first up, Veil of Eternity here. As I always do in these videos, I'll start by looking for any damage to the game boxes. No dents, no dings. Everything looks good with this one. You can see Game Nerdz is always great with packing the games. We've got a lot of bubble wrap here. Although, as I've mentioned before, I do wish they used more eco-friendly packaging. Some sort of paper-based fill. Here we have Mycelia. Interesting, this is one of those games that doesn't come in shrink wrap. Looks like they've got stickered sides. So that's always good, a little more eco-friendly, counteract all this bubble wrap. And the box looks good. I think the corners look good here. I don't see any damage. No dents, no dings. Okay, there's maybe the smallest ding. But otherwise, it looks great. More bubble wrap here. Okay. Terra Nova. Let's see, no dents, no dings. Looks straight. Everything looks unbent, undented. Great. All right. And lastly, under a lot more bubble wrap. All right, I've been waiting for this one. Ooh. River of Gold. Again, looking at the corners here, everything looks straight. Oh, interesting. So this is a box where the cover is shorter than the actual box here. Either that or maybe once you punch everything out, it collapses. I guess we'll have to see. But everything looks straight. Really excited to try this one out. Okay, so the games look good. Let's move this to the side and we'll talk about each game individually. So basically, I missed the festivities of Nerdz Day in 2024. I was literally on a plane that day, flying over the Atlantic Ocean with no internet access. So I didn't really get to partake in the live deals. When I got home, there were still a few games left over in stock at the sale price, and so I kind of had a little bit of FOMO, and I impulse bought Terra Nova. It had good reviews, and for $15, I figured why not? I could even save this as a gift for a friend, who I later found out bought the same game. But of course, at $15, this also meant I didn't qualify for free shipping. So Back in 2024, I just put this one on hold, all the way to Nerdz Day 2025, which was on February 28th. This one I was around for, so of course, I looked through the clues ahead of time and I planned my strategy. Overall, it was a decent Nerdz Day, but just didn't quite have as many games for my personal tastes like Nerdz Day in 2023. That said, I was super happy because I've been wanting a copy of Veil of Eternity ever since seeing it on the Best of 2024 games list. So I was really stoked to scoop this one up for $19. I've heard a lot of great things and I've heard it described as a CCG in a box. I'm really excited to try this one out. The other game was a bit of an impulse buy, Mycelia, for $22. I love deck building games, and this looked like a game my girlfriend would really enjoy, so for the price, I couldn't pass it up. The production looks super fun, and I can't wait to try this one. So now I had 3 games spanning 2 years of Nerdz Days on hold, but still not at a total high enough for free shipping. So again, I just kept these games on hold until my next purchase. One of the other games that was at the top of my wish list that I was really hoping would be part of Nerdz Day but wasn't was River of Gold. Game Nerdz had it at a decent price for $39, which was about $10 cheaper than Amazon, so I kept debating whether I should pull the trigger on it or not. Then I realized I had enough rewards points to cash in for a $15 discount. So the other really cool thing about Game Nerdz, and again, I know I sound like I'm sponsored by them, and once again, if Game Nerdz is listening, I'd love to be, is that they have an awesome reward system too. Every dollar you spend is rewarded in points, and eventually you can cash those points in for discounts. The $15 discount basically turned River of Gold into a Nerdz Day equivalent price of $24. So I finally pulled the trigger, which meant now I had a total high enough for free shipping and could finally release my order. River of Gold is probably the game I wanted most that came out last year. It was on a ton of top 10 lists, made the Dice Tower top 100 games of all time list, and when I heard that this game has really quick, snappy turns, I knew it was one I had to try. So there you have it, another successful order from Game Nerdz. And if you watched my last video about the 10 games I've culled from my shelf, now you can see why I needed to start making extra room. Hopefully this gives you some insight into how Game Nerdz packs their shipments if you're considering ordering from them. I highly recommend them. It's always a great experience ordering from Game Nerdz. As I mentioned, the reward system is nice, and be sure to check out their hold system if you're frugal about shipping like I am. If you'd like proof that this well-wrapped order wasn't a fluke, you can check out my other Game Nerdz unboxing videos, as well as unboxing videos from AEG, Boardlandia, Harbor Loot, Amazon, and more in the unboxing playlist. I've got the link down in the description. And if you've played Terra Nova, Veil of Eternity, Mycelia, or River of Gold, drop a comment and let me know what you think. Let me know which one of these you think is best and should be played first. I'd also love to hear what you were able to score on Nerdz Day, especially the one I missed out on last year in 2024. Thank you so much for watching, thank you for liking and subscribing, and I'll see you next time, here on Board Game Casual.